welcome to my YouTube channel, English with RVS, and another exciting and inspiring, I would say, this session is going to be. So before we dwell into,
Mhm.
let's just do the honor of introduction.
Sure. Thank you, Rekha, for having me here. I'm really glad to be a part of this conversation.
Same here.
So, the audience who doesn't know me, who I am, so I am someone who help individuals to articulate better in public. And over last 2.5 years, I'm doing the same by my conversational videos, by my private diagnostic session. I closely work with people, Rekha, to be honest, with who actually know what to speak, but really they struggle to speak it confidently in public. Because my core
Okay.
belief is simple, and not just for sake of English, to be honest. Because my core belief is very simple. If someone can communicate better, they grow personally, professionally, emotionally, and socially. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm doing through my YouTube conversation and through my private diagnostic session. And
Mm-hmm.
that way, I'm really excited to have this conversation. Yeah.
Same here, same here. I'm in the same boat. Or let me introduce myself as well. My name is Rekha Vini Sharma. As you know, that RVS, that's an abbreviation of my name. Connecting you from the capital of India and conducting online session from the comfort of my home. And when it's come to my hires, I'm BCom, B.Ed in English and Commerce from Delhi only. And
Mm-hmm.
yes, my core of interest is meditation, yoga, and bit of dance. The kind of tadka of dance and singing I'm adding in my life just to make
Okay.
myself happy. And married with twin babies, so that's all about pretty much about myself.
Lovely. Lovely. And I can see the enthusiasm and the energy in you. I like that.
I'm always like that, full of beans. I love to call myself an, that firecracker and high octane personality. I'm here to channelize
Cool.
my energy.
Cool, 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 cool. Sure.
Okay, so let's just start the QL session.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I don't have, so many questions about it. It's just random question I would like to pose right here. So my
Mm-hmm.
first question is, were you good at English when you started learning?
Sorry, I didn't get you. Could you come up
Were
again?
you good at English when you started learning English?
I mean, you want to ask that why I started
Were
this
you
language?
were you good at English
Got it, got it.
when you
Sorry, sorry. I
started
just didn't get.
English, learning
Mm-hmm.
English?
Okay, got it, got it. Thank you. So, no, in
No?
one word, if I'll have to say, yeah, I was not. Obviously, like nobody, every masters, though I'm not master yet, every
Yes.
master start from zero. So I was also one of them. Once I started, like, I do remember that I was hesitant enough even to give my introduction, right?
Hmm.
That was the point once I thought, Anshuman, and coming from computer science background, I was supposed to know, the very good English wherein I was supposed to talk with every individual in English because that is global communicational channel. You'll have to have a good command over your spoken English specifically.
Mm-hmm.
And the point I realized, Rekha, that this is missing, then I was like, boss, I'm gonna do computer science engineering and I'm not able to communicate even. How do I make friends? So that was my
Yes.
first intention while I come to
Uh-huh.
the college because we do
Mm-hmm.
have certain expectations right in our head that I'll have to have a good friendship, I'll have to have a good,
Mm-hmm.
surrounding in front of me. But how would I make that friends if I'm not able to communicate with them, if I'm not able to talk to them? So to be honest, no, that was never the case that I was good enough while I
Mm-hmm.
started my journey back then in college. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that's lovely. Same, I'm also in the same boat. I was not good at language. I completed my education for vernacular from Hindi medium. And,
Mm-hmm.
but yes, I had subject English. But,
Mm-hmm.
speaking English really appeals to me. But if I have to talk about my journey, then I need to divide into five parts. Five parts.
Okay.
Yes. The first part, my father used to say me when I was in the wombs of my mother, right? He used to recite so many poems, Hindi poems, English poems, idiom, muhavre, muhavre also. So that's, I
Right.
got fascinated. That's actually he used to say
Mm-hmm.
it. And second, I would say
Mm-hmm.
when I was in sixth standard, that time I learned ABCD, five vegetables name, five, that colors name, all of that. And the third part, when I was that when I said my father, I wanted to complete my education. I wanted to do that English honors. Right. Once upon a time, I had a
Mm-hmm.
dream to be part of media, but I could not make it due to the financial constraint. But that's okay, part
Mm-hmm.
and parcel of life, I would say. And fourth, when I
Mm-hmm.
cleared my B.Ed in English medium. That was the first scenario when I attempted my entire examination in English. And
Okay.
fifth, when I gave birth of my twin babies. they navigated me and they motivated me, because my kids, they are very good at language since their childhood. When they were 1 year old, they motivated me and they said that, Mama, when we can create our own ambience without any support, why not you? Because I believe we are your blood, sweat, right, and flesh. So that's how my journey started, and still I'm learning.
Interesting, lovely. Oh, so
Still
what
I'm
you're
learning.
focusing nowadays? Because after talking to you this much, I could definitely say that you're a very eloquent speaker. So where Rekha is focusing these days? Is it the storytelling? Is it pronunciation? Is it grammatical thing? What
No,
exactly are
nothing
focusing?
else. I have a simple funda for it.
Okay.
Simple funda.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to restrict my brain when it's come to learn something. Why do I restrict, right?
Okay.
Yes, and every day I believe to learn something new. I don't want to like a goose egg in front of my kids when they come and, Mama, can you please tell me the meaning of this particular word? I said, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I don't know what's word. Right, let me just Google it. So I don't want to be like a goose egg. I just want to portray myself a confident mother.
Hmm.
So
Got
I'm
it.
focusing
Got
right
it.
in each and every aspect when it's come to learning something. To be very honest, and I
Got it.
repeatedly emphasizing the same thing to everyone. Do not restrict your boundaries. First and the foremost thing, find out your likings, right? Your come out from your comfort zone, because what I believe that comfort kills your confidence, and pressure unlock the creativity. So be the part of discomfortness so that you can be a better version than before. Push the envelope of
Hmm.
your
Yeah.
learning, and
This is what I feel. I honestly resonate with. I just wanted to double down on this because
yes.
that's where the things has been started. And once we are not aware that actually we wanted to do something
Mm.
out of that, it really feels that we feel stuck, to be honest, right? That hey, like even I don't know, majority of the people, Rekha, I do talk in individual basis, they are saying, I'm good at this, but lately they feel that am I missing something? They do have this FOMO too. So I believe everything starts from this wherein you are not aware that what you really wanted out of this, like, and you would just get to know because you're not aware what is your liking, what is your strength, weaknesses, as you already mentioned. So I can pretty resonate with that.
Mm-hmm.
One more additional question I do have for you, Rekha, since you
Mm-hmm.
mentioned something that you are not unlocking yourself to a particular thing, let me know your thoughts on to the direction, because these days people are really stuck. They wanted to chase 10 rabbits at a time. Hey, I wanted to vocabulary, this.
Yes, yes,
Tell
yes.
me that, how do you navigate this? Do you feel sometimes lost because you are focusing on whatever comes your way, or it is a kind of labyrinth for you?
No, no, no. It is not like that. First of all,
Okay.
before I throw my insight on it, I would like to just
Mm-hmm.
add on that rather than putting your whole efforts into being special, why
Mm-hmm.
don't you put your efforts into yourself? When you put yourself into yourself, when you are accepting yourself the way you are, then your journey become easier to you. And I focus towards, you want to know your destination. We all
Mm-hmm.
have different destination. If I talk about my
Mm-hmm.
destination, I'm a mother, right? I'm a mother of a twin baby, as I just said that. And having said that, I just want to portray myself as a confident mother. So my destination is this. So I am finding my content according to my destination first,
Okay.
right? And second thing, people are not able to distinguish between real goal and expectation. Real goal
Mm-hmm.
means, as I said, that real goal means my likings, my interest. Suppose, let's just take in that way, I'm a beginner, right? Although I don't believe in levels, to be very honest, let's just take it that way. I'm a beginner, right? And I'm not able to frame the sentences. I'm into the spoken English, right?
Mm-hmm.
But my expectations are very high. I want to learn fancy, glossy word, idiom, phrases, right? So many things in one go,
Mm-hmm.
right? So that time you are lost in the sauce. You are giving mental diarrhea to your brain. So understand that what is your real goal, right? Work
Mm-hmm.
according to your level. And like I just said, that real goal and expectation. Expectation, do not expect which you can't do it. Yes, you can do it, but follow the process that's utmost, right? And
Got it.
second, and third thing, that they're not able to understand difference, distinguish between the killing time and the utilizing time. Again, I'm saying killing time when you're not able to when you're not able to know, when you are not get to know your level, right? You're not Finding your own pattern. It's very important. Pattern play a very significant role in English. I found my pattern. Like, for
Mm-hmm.
example, I'm more into listening and amalgamating my listening skill to speaking skill. Do not spread yourself too thin. बहुत सारी चीजों में अपने आप को उलझाइए मत.
Mm-hmm.
Right? At first stage, go with simple two skills. Your favorite skill and speaking skill. Make your jaw flexible in this language. So that's my destination, right? And find out your destination. That's very important. Destination in the sense your purpose, right? Your level, then accordingly. And that's what I did. I'm not perplexed
Amazing.
at all.
Amazing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I believe this is one of the practical thing what I always wanted to talk about. That people obviously, always they look for a complicated way to learn simple things.
Hmm.
And you already made it so simpler that if you really wanted to speak, boss, you can take any of the speaking skills, add it with one of the essential skills, maybe listening or writing, and then got it. So the making things simpler is that what you meant to say is that, correct me if I'm wrong, that somebody who really wanted to improve their English, don't make the thing complicated. Firstly, understand yourself, your level of understanding where you're standing today, and see what is the next level. And how would you be able to do that? Just finding the pattern as you're talking about, right? Just see that what is you're good at and where you wanted to head in. Maybe you
Yes,
wanted
yes,
to get in for interview. So see
yes,
that what is the important skills to get an interview cleared. Maybe you're a mother, you wanted to talk to your children. You should have the relevant vocabulary. Maybe you're in corporate, right? And
yes,
then gradually you can upgrade yourself in terms of
yes.
this language.
Of course, of
Amazing.
course, of
Amazing.
course. And the second thing, one more thing I would like to add on here,
Mm-hmm.
when you are beginner, when you are
Mm-hmm.
at a beginner level, you need to change your mindset. You need to work towards your mind, because when we are hopping into the world of this English journey,
Okay.
right, we have to encounter restricted mindset and that social anxiety. The first and the foremost thing we
That's
face social anxiety and restricted mindset. So just train your brain that now I'm going to learn English and this is a part and parcel. So the sooner you realize, the sooner you accept it. When I was learning English, right, I encountered bat and brick, strong criticism in my life.
mhm.
And if I have to tell about my, my personality, I'm a bold personality. But just to learn this language, I turn my pain into the purpose. I turn my personality into Zen. I did not
Mhm.
utter that word. I laugh at myself. Ha 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 ha. Just to, release that stress. So you need to, change your mindset. And second thing is again that you need to find your destination. And third is you need to plan your journey. Now, what does it mean here? Suppose if you are confident person and I can learn English on my own, then the world is your oyster. Kuch bhi karo, right? And if you feel like that I'm underconfident, yes, I need to connect with the spoken classes, then go, right? Again, the world is your oyster. Don't feel shame
Mm.
about it. Ki I'm not good at language. Oh my God, why should I connect with the people? Why should I take classes? No, this will not solve your purpose. There's a saying in English: you can't make an omelette without breaking eggs. If you are learning something, if you want to achieve something, and you're working towards a meaningful objective of your life, then you have to face unpleasant situation in your life. It's a gospel truth.
Mm. Interesting. I believe that it sounds too easy, but it isn't. Because we have gone through with the same thing. So we are just telling that, boss, this is the single way you can just go through with that. But tell me honestly, do you really feel the person who is starting their journey, they don't have any background yet, though they have their victim mindset that what if I gonna say wrong, people gonna judge me, they gonna mock me, this blah 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 blah. With this mindset, if somebody jumps into this journey of learning this language, the things are not the same as we are telling. So
Of course.
just for a beginner, how someone can avoid this feeling of being lost or feeling of just being underconfident and actually come to that part wherein they don't care about what people opinions, because I believe the mindset shift is very essential, and that is the one of the best thing what people should do even before starting their journey, because for beginner it is very important,
Of course, it
right?
is easier said than done. अगर it is easier said than done because we have been gone through it. तो हमारे लिए बहुत आसान है, right? बहुत it's
True,
very easy,
true.
right? But for other people, it's very difficult. Difficult. Again, I read a beautiful quote in Gita. And there Krishna was saying to Arjun, if you can't change something, if you can change something, then change it. If you can't change something, then accept it. If you can't accept it, then leave it first. And second thing, do not focus what you can't change it. Focus what you can do it. And third thing, whenever you feel like they're hit by Lou, just laugh at on yourself. That's what I did. What other people are doing, I really don't know about it, right? You need to train your brain again. Simple. This is as simple as that. To train my brain, it took, I think, more than 4 years because I'm into this yoga and meditation. As I just
Mm-hmm.
said that I faced a lot of criticism in my life as well. But yes, ultimate, if you want to achieve something, then you have to face it. So face it now. You can't
Got
change
it.
it until you face it. Because I don't have any therapy, I don't have any magical syrup, though by and take it and you will be good at language and you will be come out from your fallacy zone and this restricted mindset. No, I don't have. Simply, I don't want to give this cold comfort to anyone, right? And I'm not masquerading here something. This is the simple thing, just face it. The more you face it, the better you will be.
Amazing. And I believe the learner who are watching this video, if they can take the simple thing, how do they just change their mindset and how they can actually being putting their self into uncomfortable situation, they are good to go. I believe that there is nothing more to learn. If you can just learn the simple thing, the fact of this life, there is no other way. If you're just thinking for shortcut, boss, please don't do that.
There is no
Right?
shortcut. No shortcut. There is no shortcut, right? People are, everyone is ready to see the result. They're not looking at preparation, right? So simple funda is
Mm.
consistency, sharpen your skill. Consistency, sharpen your skill, and patience multiply your values. So stick with your boring habits like consistency, honesty, determination, and you will see and shock people by your results. No shortcut.
Mm.
No shortcut at all. I don't have. If you have, the yeah, this ball is in your court.
To be honest, no. I often say that we always being driven by practical advices and loving the conversation because this conversation has gone through with just practical raw insights. And if the someone is watching this video till very end, I would highly encourage someone to take a step ahead and start doing the things from today because nothing would change just by watching videos. Nothing would change just by reading books
Yes.
until unless you start taking the actions. I hope
Yes.
you would agree this, right?
Yes. I couldn't more agree, right? So, okay, let me just ask you a question. I would like to pose a question, right? So, have you ever
Yep.
faced any challenging situation in your life when you was, learning English? Any challenges, any difficulties have you ever
Hmm.
encountered?
Yeah, of course. Of course, so many times, though I
Ah,
didn't remember because now the things are being part and parcel, and
of course.
I must say that you might be resonating with this because once you accept that where you are being into learning mode, you forget that what people are thinking, you forget that you are so comfortable with uncomfortable situations that you don't bother about that, right? But to
Yes.
be honest, the first and foremost, I do remember because first is always very special, and that really turns out well that I'm very glad about that it did
Yes.
happen with me. And I would
Oh.
like to quote it very quickly. Yeah, I would
Mhm.
like to quote it very quickly because I often do that. I believe that people can also learn this because if I can do that, why cannot others, right?
Of course.
So the things were very simple. As I told that I have completed all my schooling till my 12th from UP board, and I'm really
Okay.
like glad to say that because I have got that subjective knowledge of grammar, that how this grammar works, right? So I was having a good grasp over there. Like I was good at writing, I was good at translating the things from my native language to English as
Ah.
soon as possible. Though I was very good at doing the translation, and there is one story that one of my class teacher were stating something in Hindi. They were just giving the notes in Hindi. I was like good enough in translation that I could write down the things what they were telling in Hindi to English in my
Oh,
notebook. So I was
wow.
very good at translator, right? So that was the point. But once I jumped to graduation where everything got changed in terms of spoken English, I was though exposed with this grammatical thing, but I haven't spoken that in my school life. So it was all of a sudden like somebody throws a ball and I was not aware what's gonna happen. But since I was very confident guy in general because I was a scoring good more than average scorer, I thought Anshuman take a chance because I was literally that guy since my childhood that no matter what, I'll put myself in so many uncomfortable situations that it will give me a real growth. And that's what happened. Anyways, So I thought, all right, everyone around me were giving introduction. Let's take a chance. I stood up. I was literally, my heart were pondering. I was like sweating.
Same.
And that was the time once I was like, I couldn't able to introduce myself, Rekha, to be honest. And that was the moment I realized, leave the engineering for now. Boss, just focus on speaking English. And there I was not knowing communication, blah, 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 those fancy thing. I was just focused from day one of my college. I'll have to be very good at speaking English. So my motto, my purpose, my destination was very clear, as you mentioned earlier. So the
That
destination is very important
very important.
because that gave me a clarity. And once I started that, that was one of the embarrassing situation though of my life. And that was also the answer what you asked. Yeah.
Okay. Great, great, great. I also faced so many things, but later on, I believe it was a blessing in disguise for me. I'm happy that wherever I am right now. And let me just, get off my chest here. I
Hmm.
completed my education for vernacular medium and government school, but
Hmm.
I don't want to let my education, to be very honest. I'm so happy that I've completed
Correct.
my education for government school from Hindi medium. Right? I've
We
seen
are
so many
privileged
people.
even.
Privilege,
Yeah.
yes, privilege. I'm honored, right? Because I've seen so many people, those who let their education die. Oh my God, I've completed my education, Hindi medium from government school, so that's why I'm not able to speak. I do not have any MBAs. And oh my God, all of these things, I believe, generational curse. I would like to use this particular word for generational curse because you're ready to pass the same thing to your generation,
True.
right? अगर आप if you are not able to create conducive environment for your English, then how would you expect from your generation? Then how it becomes generation curse. So come
Hmm.
together and let's just break it. Take it on your chin.
Definitely.
Yeah, take it on your chin instead as a chip on the shoulder.
Always, always. Yeah.
Yes, 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 yes. Great, great. So I want to ask you one more question. Do you have any
Mhm.
sagacious advice to the beginner? As you already asked me, but I want to know your 2 cents on that. What would be your sagacious advice to the beginner, those who are learning English, from scratch, they are starting?
Got it. Two particular advices, especially for the beginners. First, change your mindset, as we have already talked. And I
Yes.
literally wanted to double down that
Yes.
part because that is very important. Anything wouldn't have changed if you would not change your mindset. You'll always feel you'll have some excuses in you. You'll feel that, oh my God, what is not happening? So before even jumping to this language, change your mindset that I'll have to learn it no matter how. And until unless you would be very clear about why you wanted to learn this, nothing would change. And honestly, you will feel a little uncomfortable situation. There are two, three kinds of people, right? And to be
Mhm.
honest, you might have already encountered that. The first, they start their journey. The first is they won't think. They only just think. They don't start. And second is they start but they lose momentum because there is some uncomfortable situation comes in the picture and they feel this is not for me, this is being hard, let it be. And third is no matter what will happen, I will make this happen, right? I'll break through every fear of mine, I'll make sure to do it. So how it would be possible? Because they do have that rigid mindset, they have given the significant time even before going to that, believing themselves that I will do that no matter what. And I have done this too. I'm not telling just by theoretical thing.
Uh-huh.
No, my own personal experience is that I have written this thing in my diary for so many times, years and years. The
Mm-hmm.
simple thing, I would be working on my communicational skill. I would be just uploading videos on YouTube no matter what until the last breath of mine.
Wow. I just would like to take an opportunity to applaud you.
And it is there. Like I literally don't wanted to talk about this
Yes.
aspect, but I
Yes,
believe it
of
is very
course.
important to highlight those part because people feel the things would come naturally too. Never ever anything will come for free. You'll have to pay the certain price. So that was
Please.
number one. Changing the mindset shift is very
Mindset.
required. And second is taking the action. Because again, you wanted to better speaking and you're reading books, blah, blah, blah. You're thinking that I would be better. Nothing would change, boss. Even I would again highlight and encourage you to take action right away from this video.
Mm-hmm.
You pause the video, you stop the video, but start taking action from today. Otherwise, nothing would change.
Of
So that's all
course.
from my side.
Undoubtedly, undoubtedly. I just would like to add on few points here.
Mm-hmm.
Although I can see eye to eye, right? If you are learning English, then you should have attitude like a gardener. Now who is gardener, right? A person asks a simple question to the gardener. Hey gardener, why your all plants grew so beautifully, right? Then gardener smiled and said, I just remove unwanted things and did not impose. Now reverse the situation. You have to do the same thing, right? Do not impose unnecessary thing on your head. Do not take pressure. Remove just unwanted thing from your journey. Second, attitude. You should have attitude like a tree. When you feel like that, yes, now you are feeling like, yes, now spring in the step and you are feeling confident enough, then you should have attitude like tree. When tree want to touch the sky, it extend its root deeper, right, into the earth. And you should have attitude like, be a grounded person, right, and a simple person. And don't I would say, don't peacocking, or do not be in that zone where you are, you are into the zone of tall talk. बहुत ज्यादा अपने आप का बढ़ावा कर रहे हैं, because a simple stone sink into the water just because of its weight, right? And third, attitude like money. Yes, third, attitude like a money. A person asks a simple question, hey money, you are just a piece of paper. Money smiled and said, I know dear, I'm just a piece of paper. But let me just ask a question. I haven't seen any garbage box in your life, in my life. So that is known as attitude. You should have attitude like that, where people are not ignoring you, accepting you. Bas. This is a simple funda I have, that quotes I read, and I always keep in my mind.
Beautiful. I would definitely appreciate the way you articulate and the good phrases and with the beautiful quotes you throw on the light. I believe if learner can adopt the crisp lesson from there, oh my God,
I just try my best.
nothing needed.
I just
Lovely.
try to big things in the big things in the bottle. Although it was very difficult for me, but yes, I feel nothing is difficult. Nothing is, the word is related to in my dictionary. I don't keep that word in my dictionary, difficult, nowhere. I feel that I'm a thin sliced bread means I'm an incredible personality. No one is like Rekha is unique. Right, everyone is unique. Everyone is unique. So accept yourself the way
Correct,
you
correct.
are, whether you are wrong or right. Right, confidence matter. But make
Lovely,
sure
lovely.
that whatever the mistake you are making in between the conversation, cross your heart that will not commit the same.
Sure. Yeah, and that is one of the best advices you would ever get, because no matter at which level you are, you'd always commit mistake. It is okay to commit mistake, but never ever just commit the same mistake again. Otherwise, like you'll be
Agree.
just repeating the same loop. Yeah, you'd never.
Yes.
Loving the conversation. And I really like the mindset you do have, the energy and enthusiasm with the good vocabulary and the sense of the quotes. Oh my God. Literally made my day. Thank you so much for Rekha having me here. I really enjoyed the conversation and looking forward to connect one more time, or maybe we can talk for hours and hours. I can definitely say that because we do have commonality of interest and the enthusiasm, the passion to actually come out of the essential thing or the insightful things.